bomb cyclone of snow and ice exploding right now, slamming the East Coast. Blizzard warnings from North Carolina to Maine. Cars spitting out this morning. A police officer rescued. And ice possibly causing this train derailment down south. As parts of the Atlantic Ocean freeze over, schools in New York, Philly, and Boston shut down. Thousands of flights canceled. Now more than a foot of snow is coming, and the coldest air of the season is moving in. We're live up and down the coast tracking this monster storm.
And a storm brewing in the White House over that bombshell new book. President Trump's lawyers demand Steve Bannon cease and desist after the former top advisor attacks Trump's family, calls Don Jr.'s meetings with Russians treasonous, and says the White House is facing a Category 5 in Robert Mueller. Trump firing back, saying Bannon, the man he once called friend, has lost his mind. The president's former White House communications director, Anthony Scaramucci, is here live only on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. Well, that monster storm is starting right now, and in some parts of the country, they're seeing the most snow they've had in nearly 30 years.
That's a live look right there at Ocean City, Maryland. Dangerous wind conditions right now, blizzard conditions across the East Coast. And here in New York, we're seeing the beginning of that winter bomb cyclone. That's a live look at the roads in Long Island. Schools are closed across the Northeast, 15 states in the storm zone.
As you can imagine, our team is spread out up and down the East Coast, and Ginger's going to start us off. She's right outside our studio here in Times Square. So, Ginger, what's the latest?
All right, so here in Times Square, it has obviously started. The wind is blowing. My eyes are already watering, and you can see just a little bit of slick snow. This is only the beginning, guys. This whole day, most of your Thursday, going to be full of snow and ridiculous wind, and then eventually ridiculous cold. Now, this thing, you've heard the term bomb, and that's something that's been in the meteorological glossaries for almost 40 years. It is nearly bombing out now, meaning that we've already seen 20 millibars drop in the pressure gradient in 6 hours. So this thing is rapidly intensifying, and you can see the snow flying from North Carolina to Maine at this hour. Those blizzard conditions and warnings for that go all the way from New Jersey and Virginia up along the coast, including parts of Massachusetts and Maine. And that is where we have to start this morning, by going to a place that have been seeing it for hours, blizzard conditions, and that's our Gio Benitez. He is in Norfolk, Virginia. Gio?
Hey there, Ginger. Listen, officials here are calling this a brutal snowstorm. Tens of thousands of homes are already without power, and it's in large part because of these wind gusts that we're feeling. I want to take a look at this wide shot we have here, because I'm walking right now through about 5 inches of snow here, maybe even more. And we're talking about wind gusts of about 55 miles per hour. Those are intense winds, so it's only going to get worse here. This morning, that winter bomb of snow and ice going off, creating a mess in the mid-Atlantic. Virginia in a state of emergency. Cars stuck as the snow piles up. One driver desperately trying to dig out. Whiteout conditions, a nightmare for early commuters.
Hold up, all right.
But for parts of the Northeast, the storm is just getting started. Early this morning, a truck in southern New Jersey lost control, jackknifed, and flew off the road into the woods, completely engulfed in flames. The woods and a nearby home catching on fire. Schools in New York, Philadelphia, and Boston closed today. Boston anticipating up to a foot of snow.
We're out there on the roads. We're going to be ready for the storm. We have 40,000 tons of rock salt ready to be loaded and spread throughout the city of Boston.
And after a week of sub-zero temps, parts of the Atlantic Ocean frozen solid. Watch as giant chunks of ice pile up along the shore in the Outer Banks, pushing against this dock, actually moving it. Walk this way. And so right now, back out here live here in Virginia, the good news is that we're not seeing too many cars passing by here, so people are heeding those warnings. They're staying indoors. But really what comes next after this is that bitter cold, that deep freeze that people have to deal with. You know, the power company has been trying to be out here restoring the power to all of the homes and businesses, but they're having a hard time because of those very intense winds, George.
Yeah, and what we're seeing right now, the wind gusts saying about 39 miles an hour, but in some places they could approach hurricane force.
Yeah, close to it, George, because, I mean, it's crazy to think about, but tropical storm force winds are 39 miles per hour, as you just said. We've already felt 55 mile per hour winds, close to 60 miles per hour. So this is just really intense. That's the big story here, the wind associated with this storm.
Okay, Gio Benitez, thanks very much.
And George, you're going to go now to ABC's Victor Okendo. He's in Asbury Park, New Jersey. That storm picking up strength, and there's not only concern about the snow and powerful wind, but also coastal flooding. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Robin. All of that is a concern. Conditions only getting worse out here. The wind and the snow dramatically picking up just over the last few hours. If I turn my head that way, you can just see it is just whipping right across my face here. To give you an idea, there was no snow out here last night at all across the beach. All of this picking up, dropping over just the last few hours here. Right, the gust of wind right now between 30 miles an hour right there, but it could get up to about 50. You can imagine what that's going to do to the coastline, to the beach here. Right now, those waves between 4 to 8 feet, and the conditions, Robin, only getting worse. Visibility is at an all-time low right now.
I know it's very difficult, Victor, for you to talk out there in those kind of temperatures, but talk a little bit more about the potential for the coastal flooding there.
Yep, that is a huge concern right now because high tide is just starting to come up, and it will only get worse over the next few hours here under a coastal flood advisory, Robin.
All right, Victor, thank you.
Okay, Robin, that is New Jersey. New England bracing for the worst of the storm. Eva Pilgrim is there. She is in Boston right now, and I see her got a big pile of salt behind you.
Oh, yeah, we are here on the salt right now this morning, George. New England bracing for a battle with Mother Nature. They are expected to get the highest snow totals from this storm, and their big defense is this, salt. We're here in Boston. I just want to give you a little perspective as to how well prepared they are to deal with this. Take a look. This is a huge mountain of salt. We're at the largest salt yard in the city. All total in the city, about 40,000 tons of salt ready to go to put out on the roads. Overnight, they were already out there starting to get these roads prepared for this storm ahead of it coming today. During the day today, they're going to have 700 trucks out there trying to stay on top of the snow as the snow falls, but they are telling people to stay off the roads if at all possible. And it seems that people are heeding that warning. Schools are closed. The city offices are operating on an emergency basis. And a lot of the businesses have already closed. The ones that have not closed, those people we talked to this morning telling us they're planning on closing early. George?
Eva, they know how to deal with snow in Boston, but one of the big concerns, power outages.
That is a major concern here, the power outages, and they're expecting temperatures that are below zero, at least feels like below zero, behind this snow system that's coming through. And so there's a real concern that those pipes could freeze and your house could get very cold very quickly. So those are things they're telling people to keep in mind as they watch what happens with this storm, George.
Eva Pilgrim, thanks very much.
Keep in mind, that's salt. That's not snow that you're seeing on, but that's all that salt, and it's very much needed because we're seeing just how dangerous those icy, slippery roads can be, already causing accidents throughout the South, and many drivers are getting into trouble, even having to be rescued. ABC's Steve Osunsami is in Georgia, where the ice may have even caused a train derailment. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Robin. I just want you to take a look. This type of ice and snow is rare in the South, but this is what's blanketing the roads here. And just to put this in perspective, we went looking for a snow shovel, an ice pick, something to clean your car off with, and this putty knife is as close as we could find because they don't really sell a lot of those things down here. 300 passengers on a train from Miami to New York became the latest victims of the icy weather overnight when their train derailed at a station in Savannah.
We got a derailment.
This morning, Amtrak says that frozen switches on the rail line may have been responsible.
Nearly 300 passengers on board.
This time, no one was hurt. Two of the cars that derailed were just carrying baggage, and the passengers were moved to a different train and sent home.
It's cold, 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 and it's going to stay cold. So that means stay indoors.
Across the South, authorities are warning drivers this morning that the roads are too slick, and this could be you. In and around Savannah alone, police report that more than 220 people were hurt in accidents on icy roads.
Stay off the roadways.
Drivers on their way from Georgia to South Carolina overnight were stuck in slow-moving traffic for more than 6 hours. In a region where snow plows and salt trucks are as rare as snowflakes, driving on the ice is an incredible risk.
We just slid off the road. drive with caution, take your time.
Just slow down. Slow down.
Sub-zero temperatures, along with the ice and snow, have shut down highways and even entire cities along the East Coast, from the Carolinas to South Georgia. Multi-car pileups, spin-outs, and car wrecks are leaving hundreds out in the cold.
It's just going to get worse as the snow keeps falling.
The temperatures are supposed to rise here a little bit, and some of this ice is expected to melt a little bit. But then a new problem. It's expected to refreeze. So this continues. Robin?
It does, and it is heading this way, and we're experiencing it right now. And we have a road cam to show you what the conditions are like here in the New York City area. This is Long Island, and you can see if you don't have to be on the roads, don't.
And you can't go in the air right now.
No.
Thousands of flights have already been canceled across the Northeast. So many airports at a standstill right now. Our senior transportation correspondent David Curley at Reagan National tracking the latest. Good morning, David.
Morning, George. The airports are being hit hard this morning. Right now, it's here in the Mid-Atlantic. Of course, that's going to move into the Northeast. Here's a look at the airports that are really going to be affected today. Here in D.C., a couple. Then you go into Philly, New York, and Boston, which is going to get a lot of snow as far as total amounts. And we are just starting the travel day, and already nearly 3,000 flights have been canceled already. And Newark, New Jersey has been hit especially hard. Nearly 900 flights have been canceled there. Of course, the airlines saw this coming. They are offering waivers. If you're waking up, you're looking, you're supposed to fly into an affected area, you don't want to fly, they will most likely waive the change fee. That's the good news. You can fly in another day. George, the real concern, it's not so much the snow in this storm, it's the ice from the cold temperatures and the wind that's going to cause problems at the airports.
Yeah, we've seen that wind up and down the coast right now. David Curley, thanks very much.
Out here, but they are braving these cold temperatures, and so you got some good company out there, Ginger.
Yeah, I had to have friends. That's what we did. We brought friends along for me. I have to tell you, when you've got a storm that's dropped 5.3 inches of snow in a place like Charleston, South Carolina, their third largest on record, you know it's going to develop, and it is moving closer to the Northeast. So let's talk about how much snow you can expect and the timing of this thing. It moves through. This is happening now, and it moves really quite quickly because it rapidly intensifies, and then really New York City up through Boston through the afternoon, it starts to diminish, and then by tonight, it's all but gone from New England. What it leaves behind, though, is up to a foot of snow, especially in the easternmost areas of, say, New Jersey or Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island. There are going to be a couple of swaths where you see 1 to even 3-inch snowfall rates per hour. So it's going to come down heavy at times. Visibility is going to be very low with those winds. And as you guys talked about, I'm concerned about the power outages going back. Let's go ahead and head back in right now, though, to Robin.
And you come on in too, Ginger. Thank you. But to the breaking news that's out west, a 4.4 magnitude earthquake jolting people awake in the San Francisco Bay Area early this morning. Let's go to our senior national correspondent, Matt Gutman, in California for the latest. Morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. That quake struck right beneath the University of California at Berkeley, just east of San Francisco. And while it wasn't a huge quake, it was shallow, only about 7 miles deep, so it was felt. Residents described 5 to 10 seconds of rolling as the quake rumbled. And as you just mentioned, Robin, so many jolted out of their sleep. Check out these products knocked off the aisles at a supermarket. Dogs began to bark and alarms went off. And what's keeping folks awake right now is that this quake happened right on the Hayward Fault, which is capable of producing a 7 magnitude quake, which could be devastating right under that populated area, Robin.
But still had to be very frightening for a lot of folks this morning. Thank you, Matt.
It sure is. We're going to switch gears now to politics. And that bombshell book rocking the White House, Michael Wolff's Fire and Fury Inside the Trump White House. It features blistering attacks on the president and his family from Steve Bannon, the strategist by Trump's side during the campaign and the early days in the White House. It has drawn a furious response from President Trump, now threatening legal action against Bannon. And our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, is here with the explosive details. Cecilia, the White House on a war footing over this.
Yeah, George, it looks like they already are at war. Those lawyers for the president overnight sent a cease and desist letter to Steve Bannon demanding that he stop making what they are calling disparaging comments about the president or his family. Behind closed doors of the White House, President Trump allegedly critiqued his top aides, calling son-in-law Jared Kushner a suck-up, senior advisor Kellyanne Conway a crybaby, and former press secretary Sean Spicer stupid. At the center of the fallout, a man once in the inner circle who Trump has called a friend, former White House chief strategist Steve Bannon.
There's nobody we think
Bombshell accusations about that now infamous Trump Tower meeting between Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, campaign chairman Paul Manafort, and a Russian lawyer whom they were told had dirt on Hillary Clinton. Bannon called it treasonous, unpatriotic, and he said Team Trump, quote, should have called the FBI immediately. All in a tell-all book, Fire and Fury, by veteran journalist Michael Wolff, who had unprecedented access to the White House. In it, Bannon says there's a 0% chance Donald Jr. didn't take the attendees of that Trump Tower sit-down to meet the president, despite the president's insistence he knew nothing about it. Bannon taking aim at Trump's daughter, too, saying Ivanka was a non-event on the campaign, and that, quote, she became a White House staffer, and that's when people suddenly realized she's dumb as a brick. 312 pages pulling the curtain back on the Trump administration, saying Ivanka also discussed the possibility of running for president herself. The White House calls it trashy tabloid fiction.
I think furious, disgusted would probably certainly fit when you make such outrageous claims and completely false claims against the president, his administration, and his family.
But just months ago, Trump lavished praise on Bannon.
I have a very good relationship, as you know, with Steve Bannon. Steve's been a friend of mine for a long time. I like Steve a lot.
Now the president going public with an unprecedented rebuke, saying, quote, Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency. When he was fired, not only lost his job, he lost his mind. Overnight on Breitbart News Radio, Bannon praised the president.
The president of the United States is a great man. You know, I support him day in and day out.
Wolff goes on to write that almost everyone on the Trump campaign thought Mr. Trump would not only not be president, they thought he should not be president. Even the president himself, Wolff says, didn't think he would win. And his wife was so opposed to the idea, she was in tears when he did, though her spokeswoman disputes it. No one is off limits. The book says Ivanka Trump makes fun of her father's comb-over hair, and the notoriously germophobic president ordered White House staff not to touch anything, especially his toothbrush, reprimanding housekeeping staff, saying, if my shirt is on the floor, it's because I want it on the floor. And that that's one reason he ate so much McDonald's. The food was pre-made and no one knew he was coming.
Now, the author says that he spoke to more than 200 people for this book. Steve Bannon. Aides here say the author did have one brief conversation over the phone with the president after the election, George, but we can't verify any of this ourselves because they refused to release the White House visitor logs.
Right, Sue, but even a dozen visits to the White House in the first year is actually quite a lot for an outside journalist. On another matter, as this was all happening, we learned overnight that the president has disbanded this commission that he had set up to back up his false claims about voter fraud in the last election.
Exactly. They say that so many states are refusing to participate in the investigation. That's why they disbanded it. You'll remember this was set up by the president after the election based on these unfounded claims that millions voted the election illegally. George, there is no widespread evidence of voter fraud.
Okay, Cecilia Vega, thanks very much. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to talk to Anthony Scaramucci, the president's former communications director, but right now.
And George, the wind chill here is 14. The wind chill in West Palm Beach, Florida, 29. So this is a deep freeze, and even colder air comes behind this storm. Look at all those advisories. The snowy cities now brought to you by Burlington.
We always come to Burlington to buy our coats.
And we also come to give them back, to help those in need. Can't beat the brands, the styles, and when we donate a coat at Burlington, we get 10% off our entire purchase. It makes buying coats here even more meaningful.
Bring in your coats!
I recommend you all go in your closets, grab a coat, and let's make this the warmest season ever.
It's getting a little cold outside, so I wanted to remind everybody to go and donate a coat.
Donate your coats.
Make sure you donate your coats.
Thank you.
Go now to any Burlington store to donate a coat and join our coat drive.
We have winter weather advisories in effect for the D.C. Metro until 11 a.m. this morning. Snow continuing. Higher amounts found across southeast Maryland where a winter storm warning is in effect. We're talking 4 to 6 for Calvert County to St. Mary's, a dusting to an inch possible in the Metro. For today, looking at a daytime high of 27 degrees. Snow going to be winding down after about 10 to 11 a.m. But the next big story are our wind chills. Wind chill advisory goes into effect at 6 o'clock tonight. Feels like temperatures all day tomorrow staying below zero.
Much more in the storm throughout the morning.
And more on that bombshell book about the White House. Former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci is here live.
Stop right there. I'm about to pop a cap of fresh.